guys, my name is Ryan, and we're back again with another Spirit Island video. We're going to take a break from base Shroud, and we're going to go back to the stranded version of Shroud. And this time, we're going to be playing against Scotland 6. The Isolate is actually very useful against Scotland because it gives us more coastal control, and we can even use it to disable the Scotland 6 inland if we're ever presented the opportunity. So we'll be able to get lots of value from that. And of course, the mobility of Stranded is quite good as well. We're going to start off here with the wetlands. Okay. And I think in this situation, I'm going to go for the Unnerving Pulse, the Fog Closes In plus Flowing and Silent Forms. So we're going to double grow here in the 6. Play both of these cards. Take our 2 Fear. And a Reminder token here. And we're definitely going to want to isolate this because it denies both the 8 and the 7. We get 2 presence movements, so we'll just go here and here. Event, we get to skip it. Bureaucrats adjust funding. That's one of the ways that this pocket can be beaten because it creates an extra build action in the highest numbered land. So that can be pretty rough for us, though it is kind of unlikely for us to get this down to less than 3 buildings. But anyways, we get to skip that, we get to build and explore the mountains. So we get immediate value from that isolate, skipping the number 7 explore. Going into the slow phase, the question is, do we want to do the Unnerving Paul here or here? And I'm going to set this up for the Unnerving Paul. And then if we happen to draft a defend, we can defend the 1 and Unnerving Paul the 6. But if we miss, we can still do a defend 2 in land number 1. So we have 3 adjacent presence, so we'll get 3 adjacent damage. And then, let's see, we don't need this guy up here, so I think I'll use my 2 moves to swing him all the way down. And we'll ping the town. We do get a Dahan push. Maybe before I move all that, we'll do a Dahan push like so. So we can try and pair these guys up on the coast. Time passes, we get 2 Fear. Alright, looking to draft any defend card, and we do get a couple hits. Both Confounding Mist and Carapace Land will get the job done in land number 1. This does cost 1 energy, but it does also have better elements. It's also worth noting it's a slightly weaker defend relative to Carapace Land, but I think it is going to be the pick. Gain energy. Go ahead, play both of these guys. And the tricky thing here is that we're only going to get 1 damage. So if we had a way to damage both of these lands, we would be able to fully skip it next turn with another Unnerving Paul. But we're only going to get 1 damage on this turn. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Unnerving Paul to skip here. We'll get a defend 4 here. We could choose to play both of these cards again next turn in order to protect the 2. And considering we just kind of want to like chill out and do nothing in the early game, I'm certainly open to that option. If we were to isolate the 6, we would not deny the Scotland 6 because it is within range 1 of itself. We would deny the Explore in the 8. We'd also deny the Explore here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go move, isolate, move. So we get to keep our presence here, but we get to isolate out the 3, since that is the most dangerous Explore. Now with the most towns, replace 2 towns with cities. We can replace a town with a city in any one of these lands. And it's not really going to make much of a difference. I guess here we could upgrade this to a city, but we don't, like, I don't think we want to have extra cities on the coast. I just realized we could have isolated this to deny a potential explorer, but we could also just kill the explorer with our left innate. I think we're just going to hit the 2. Just keep the big land big. No beast push. Dahan is irrelevant. And a land matching a Ravage card. Deal 1 damage. Ooh. So now we have the choice. We could get the full clear on land number 1. We could sit on the town and milk it for a fear farm. We could also just kill a town in the 6 and produce a fear immediately. I'm inclined to play this a little bit greedy, so we're going to do our 1 damage there. Ravage. Scotland 6. Build. And explore. Okay. Slow phase. I could do a damage here and then get more fear. If I could do a damage here, and then we could do both of our cards in order to try and milk it for more fear. I think we're going to go right here, just so that way we can get more fear, start churning through the massive fear deck, and then get all that extra energy as well, so we'll be able to afford cool stuff. Gain 4 fear and an energy. And I didn't want to move any presence because this guy's not doing anything. Guess we'll move him just kind of out here. Reclaim, gain a minor. I am thinking I want to bail on this land, because if we invest all of our actions into the 2, then we're just going to have bad things happen in the 1. So I think we just want to play proactively. Something like a Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth seems very appealing to me. Non-fire damage is pretty sweet, and the wetlands terrain is quite relevant. We can, of course, kill a town here in the sands as well, so I think that's definitely going to be the pick. And let's see. I want to prepare both of these lands for damage. We could just do like a Fog Closes In, plus like a Dissolving Vapors. That produces plenty of damage. And it allows me to finally pair up these 2 Dahan. I think that's going to be the play. So we're going to shift this out, and then we're going to leave it isolate here. It is worth noting that that does... do we want to get the 1 in 3 chance of denying the Explore here? Or do we want to guarantee no Scotland 6? I think I'm actually inclined to do the latter. Let's get the guaranteed value. So that's 2 moves. Isolate, go to the event, add a town to a land with an Explorer or a town. Sands or mountains with the most buildings gets a disease. And then we are going to gain an energy, which we do appreciate. But where do we want to add a town? I'm going to go up to 3 buildings here. I think the goal there, we get like Unnerving Paul this. And then Confounding Miss here if we do enough damage in this land. So I think we're going to go here. Have to be inland? It does not have to be inland. We could go to the 2, because that one's already cooked, but maybe we shouldn't make it too hard for ourselves in the future. Who's an Explorer from a land with the Han? Cool. Ravage. Scotland 6. Build. Exploring the jungles. I think I'm fine with going right there. Slow phase. Okay. So we can move this in to preserve the fear farm. Move this in. Fog Closes In will hit 4 invaders. So it'll leave a damaged town, damaged city. It'll kick the Dahan out. I can kick the Dahan back. And then we can defend it for 4. So, yeah, we'll... And we don't need this guy here. We'll put this guy up here, I think. Get the extra Dahan on our lands. And we'll do 1 damage to each of these guys. Dahan gets kicked out. Dahan gets kicked back. Then over here, we'll take a Fear. And we'll do 1 damage to each. Cool little trick, by the way, is if you lock the bottom one, everything stacked on top of it will also not heal. But it's not locked, so I can still grab it and move it, but it won't heal it during time passes, which is a pretty nice trick. We still have 1 damage available. I think the best thing to do would actually just be to do a damage here. Deny that Explore. Do we want to kill that one, or do we want to kill this one? Because this one... we're better off with, defense. So let's do that. Time passes for Fear and an energy. So we already have our Confounding Mess, Unnerving Pall. So we have the ability to play both of these cards. We could couple it with a Pull Beneath, but it's not going to do anything this turn. We don't have to do anything this turn, though, because we're just going to reclaim and then Confounding Miss it. So we could either do a Flowing and Silent Forms, 0 cost, get another bit of damage, and to use it in one of these lands. Basically, whatever explores, we'll just start hammering down with damage. Or we can Pull Beneath. But I think the way that Pull Beneath is going to do damage is going to get similar value to had we played Flowing and Silent Forms. So I think this is going to be the play. And I'm going to drop Presence here and here so we can move out in both of these directions. Maybe no, we'll go Sacred Site here. That can go to both of these. And this gives us access to the 3. Nerving Pall. Get a Fear and skip that Ravage. Here we'll get a Defend 4. And here we'll take 2 Fear. Unfortunately, we're... oh, no, just kidding. I thought it was 1 Fear from Terror level 2. Get a Reminder token here. And let's see, I'm going to slide a Presence. Yeah, so we'll do this here. Slide a Presence here, so now we have 4 Dahan among our lands. Oh, and we get an Isolate. Isolate being very useful. We'll definitely isolate here once again, keeping that coastal control. After we kill a building, we do not get... we have to add a building to adjacent land. That's not nearly as bad as it sounds. In the land with the most building gets the disease. And we gain an energy and reclaim a card. That's a really big deal because now we could go for a double growth and get another reclaim. We could hit this Confounding Miss. Had we done that before, we would be playing just Pull Beneath and Confounding Miss, which is like, I don't know, underwhelming. But now we could also... I think Dissolving Vapors is just stronger. So yeah, we can go Dissolving Vapors, Confounding Mist, plus Pull Beneath. That's a pretty sweet 3-card play. Okay. Fear card, Defending the Coast. That's good. That means now this Dahan will not get damaged, which could be relevant because it does not heal because of our presence. And we remove an Explorer from a Wetlands. Okay, Ravage. We get 2 damage counterattacks, so we're going to kill the city. And then we have to add a town to an adjacent land. So we'll go here. And that one skips the Ravage. Scotland 6. I probably should have done the order opposite and then put the town up here. Build. Explore the Sands Wetlands. More isolate value. Goody, goody, good. And now in the slow phase, let's see. We get 1 damage plus a bunch of adjacency damage. So we could kill both of these. That seems kind of underwhelming. I could go move, move. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4 adjacencies. So we get 5 damage. kill, kill, kill. 1, 2, 3, 4. We end with just a town. I like that. We'll go here, here. And we're going to do 1 damage to the city, then 1 damage to 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings. So we're going to end like this. After 1 action destroys a building, then we have to add a town to an adjacent land. I could go up here. Since we know the next card's coastal, it'll be perfectly fine to go up there. Unless we get a Dahan push. We'll get that all paired up. Time passes. 1, 2, 3 fear. Plus an energy. So let's think about it. If we do here, here, and here, we'll just do our isolate in land number 3 again because it's going to deny both the build and the explore. This will be defended. The pull beneath we can use maybe in the 5. Maybe we'll use it over here in the 1. We also have the dissolving vapors. I think this is a good turn. Go like so. Did I gain the extra energy? Yeah. 1 for the 3 damage lands, then 1 for that. Okay. Now we are cooking with gas. Let's isolate you. Defend you for 4. We're going to have a very strong reclaim here. Do we want to shift any presence around? We've already got all of our presence and lands with Dahan. I'm not sure if there's any value to doing this or not, but I suppose we might as well just do it. Saves us a movement later. Ooh. Okay. We don't have the energy to pay for this, so I think we're actually kind of forced to do this. Skip cards specifically placed during setup, so we'd actually be skipping this coastal card. Or, sorry, not skipping the coastal card, and instead skipping this card that's either going to be a sands or a mountains. Interesting. Add a town to a land with no town. Do we go for the Ravage or do we go for the build? If we go here, that means we instantly lose, whereas if we go here, that means we're going to look at a build. Yeesh. That's bad. And we'll add a wilds here. So now we can stop isolating this land as much. Okay, we get to remove an explorer or town, or a land with presence. Alright, sweet. Paid off. Ah. Well, that would have counteracted the bonus damage here. Isolate a land, and then if invader or these guys are present, skip build actions. So we could isolate this, and it'll stop the city, and it'll deny the explorer. So it'll just be 4 damage, and we can defend it for 4 next turn. And then we got just 1 land here that we can hit with this dissolving vapors. Might have to do a ping in order to kill the city, but it'll be 3 damaged invaders, and we can unnerving Paul it. That's pretty sweet. So this is the one that's going to skip the build. This one, not that it's going to build, but it's also going to be skipped. So we'll Ravage. Do I want to get a farm out of that? I think not. Scotland 6, mostly because we don't need it, and I want to have a little bit of control. Build, skip build, build, skip build. It's pretty good. Explore the coast, so we're only going to explore 1 land, so it has to come in as a town. Slow phase. Let's go dissolving vapors, fear. Do a damage to all of these guys. We're going to do 1 damage to this city. And then we got this Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth, which I think I might just use in land number 6. It'll only bring us down... Well, we're going to lose a Fear Farm. We're going to lose an energy because of it. Losing that could actually cost us pretty bad here. Yeah, I think we're going to do this, and that gets us an extra fear because we have a presence. And we do get to push a bunch of Dahan. Let's see. Let's put these guys up here. The Sands are going to be pretty quiet there for a little bit. Time passes. 2 fear, no energy, reclaim, gain any non-fire card. Whew, oh my gosh, look at all this fire. Uncanny Melting is actually playable. We can get rid of that one. Well, we have to take it. So we can do the Unnerving, Confounding Mists, and Flowing in Silent Forms. Wait a second. This is Ravaging, not this. So we don't need to play the Unnerving Paul. Instead, we can play... Fog Closes In. Could also do an Uncanny Melting. Because I'm probably... I was thinking too far ahead of the curve. We're going to have to let the Slam Blight. I was thinking too far ahead. So we're just going to bail on this land. I could just play an Uncanny Melting. Since we are fully set up now to handle land B. So we could do... that? Is that good? Nah, let's just do this. Let's just get tons of damage. Let's win the board. I could also leave my presence here and then just do a Flowing in Silent Forms. So that way they'll just get a push. Let's ISO you to deny this build. And because I don't want this to explore, since it's already fully set up to have a solved Ravage. We don't need to ISO this because the Wilds token's already going to deny the Explore, and this denies the build. So it's not going to be taking any actions this turn. Yeah. Event. Dahan, trade with the invaders. We really would love Dahan to participate, but we don't have fire. We have 3 air. I could... Well, either way, the Dahan don't participate this turn. And the 2 defense is going to be irrelevant. So I guess they just don't participate. And the disease pushes over here. So that just sucks all around for me. Golly. Good thing we went for a higher damage turn. Ooh, Angry Mobs at 2. Gets no hits. Sick. Maybe we should seek safety before Angry Mobs. Gather a town into a land with city. Or an explorer into a land with buildings. We'll go like so. Because it's going to Ravage build, and then if it explores, I want to make sure that we're covered. 1 damage and defend 3 in a land with Dahan. Yes! We will take that Fear Farm. Okay, Ravage. Take a Blight. Okay, and instead of dying, it gets pushed. Then Scotland 6. Build on the coast. Exploring the Sands Mountains. Okay. How are we gonna do this? So we do have the Fog Closes In, I think we're just gonna have to start hammering down on land number 5. But let's do a Fog Closes In, targeting the 2, dealing 3 damage. So that way we can kill this town damage both of these cities. And then it's now set up for a good Unnerving Paw. We can still defend this land for 4. And then we can go here. So 1 damage plus 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. So we're going to deal 5 damage in this land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big ol' stack. We can then play our Dissolving Vapors next turn. And then last we get to move some Dahan, move some Explorers. And we're just going to move these guys out. Or maybe we'll just move them out here, since we're going to have to be defending for 4 anyways. Yeah, let's do this. Time passes. 1, 2, 3 damage lands. And an energy. So we want to do this on Unnerving Paw. For our Reclaim 1, we want this Confounding Mists. I would love to play this guy as well. But alas, even if we go top, we're not going to be able to do that. So let's gain a minor. Any 0 cost is playable. Gain energy, basically just so I can play a full 4 cards. That gives us just more damage. Uncanny Melting to remove a blight? Or we could pull Beneath for more damage. We are going to need to do some damage here in land number 3, so we're going to pull Beneath there. Okay, Unnerving Paw. Fear, get a reminder token here. Confounding Mist to defend for 4. Isolate. I guess we are just going to isolate the 3, but the 2 damage will still be quite useful. Maybe here. Probably going to just hit it for a ton of damage with that and that. So, yeah, this is good. Sacrifice a Presence for Downward Spiral. And then add a Blight to a land with Blight, but do not Cascade or sack a Presence. No matter... Well, because we have Presence in every land, we're going to have to lose a Presence anyway, so we'll just sack to prevent. Disease does nothing and get a Fear. Or not. Explore town for land of beast. Disease or 2 Dahan. Ravage. Skips. No Scotland 6 because it's all coastal. Sands, mountains, build. Exploring the jungle sands. Okay. Here we go. So we get 1 damage plus 1 for every adjacency. So it's going to get 5 damage in this land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Let's see. I think we just give up the 7. I don't think there's any reason to invest actions into that. Over here... What else do we got? Because that's our Unnerving Paw. But I could do a Pull Beneath and kill... Actually, yeah, we can make this defendable by 4. So we use Pull Beneath for a Fear and 2 damage. Here, we need to create a Sacred Site in order for targeting. Well, we could push that out. I'm going to push you out. Yeah, we'll push you out, and then we... No. Hold on. We'll push you out, and then we'll use my right innate to push Explorers and Dahan. So we'll push the Dahan in this way, since we're going to do some counter-attacking. And that will full clear the land, get me a bunch of Fear. And then over here, we're going to have to get a little bit of fast damage to defend that. Or we can just use our Unnerving Paw and rely on Fear cards, which is equally viable. Alright, so let's reclaim. Let's just check a major. See if there's anything exciting, like a Trees and Stone Speak of War is certainly playable. Take that. Gonna forget. Probably Dissolving Vapors. It's pretty expensive. Probably Uncanny Melting. Don't really want to play it. So we're only 8 fear away from winning. So that means we're probably not even going to ravage in that jungles. It's totally fine by me. Let's see. If only we had some fast Dahan movement, that'd be cool, but we'll just throw out the Flowing and Silent Forms. We'll do this. I think I'm going to do a Trees and Stones. If we do this, then I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fast fear, only 3 fear away from winning the game. Then we'll be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 Blight coming down, and we still don't lose. It's not the worst. Actually, wait a second, no, because we're going to use the Unnerving Paw here. What am I saying? Yeah, this is definitely the play. So, let's see. We'll shift you, isolate you. Before we do that, we'll do the Unnerving Paw, of course. Fear. Here we'll do 2 damage. Defend for 4. 2 fear. Protect you guys. We have to sacrifice a presence for the turn, so we'll sacrifice out of land number 4 in order, using the Flowing and Silent Forms. And we'll go this way. I'm willing to sacrifice another presence because there's all kinds of things that give a benefit for having a presence in the same land. Okay, +1 damage. Jungles to jungles or wetlands with the most buildings. Got 1, we got 1. Since that's about to build anyways, we get a free Blight removal. And we got a bunch of fear cards. All right. There is no token adjacent in or adjacent to the 2. That's wild. Over here, we're going to get a Defend 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, that fully defends it. Choose an invader with those things. Remove an invader or skip the next build action. We'll skip a build action here. No build. Gather up to 1, 2 damage per Dahan. Sick. Or we could just go for the win because both of these cities have 2 damage on them. So we're just going to go 1, 2 damage, and that's a fear victory. Don't even have to go to the Ravage. Don't have to threaten anything. Bada bing, bada boom. Best spear in the game. Shroud is awesome. Super fun. The Stranded aspect is wonderful. I'm still going to be doing some games with base Shroud, just because playing on the app is very beautiful, pretty, and accessible. I feel like it's a lot easier to understand, a lot less craziness, me flashing around the screen. But certainly if you just want to have a higher win rate, it's certainly Stranded. It's just a giant buff to the spirit. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a glorious day.